Inside the team, owners and league officials the whole time was the solution to what they, and others, have been calling the anthem problem. That solution? Stop treating it like it was a problem that needed a solution. Roughly 3 months from now will mark 2 full years since Colin Kaepernick first sat during the national anthem in protest of police brutality and continued systematic oppression toward black people and others of color. From that moment in that exhibition game in August 2016 until now, the NFL had the choice to, literally, do nothing. It had the choice to acknowledge that players can and will express themselves, that fans, sponsors and even attention-seeking politicians will feel some kind of way about it, that there will be support, condemnation, passion and disinterest, and that, a few minutes after the anthem ended, the football game would start, and the sports grip on America would resume. But no. The NFL powers that be decided they had to do something. All they did in Wednesday's official statement from Commissioner Roger Goodell was impose their latest version of something. They've been getting it wrong since day one, and this is just a continuation. It's jam-packed with wrong. Bursting at the seams with wrong. It should be the Encyclopedia Britannica's official entry under contradictions. Law schools across America are likely revising their course offerings next year to address this. The NFL Players Association needed only 12 minutes, via the Twitter clock, to respond. That apparently is 12 minutes more than the NFL spent discussing it with them. A personal favorite from this new policy, if favorite really is the proper term, Goodell's declaration that, it was unfortunate that on-field protests created a false perception among many that thousands of NFL players were unpatriotic. Followed by not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 inclusions of the phrase, show respect for the flag and the anthem, with the A in anthem capitalized. Tremendous restraint in not capitalizing flag, for what that's worth. Also, tremendous absence of an explanation why they willfully fed that false perception of the protests being directed toward the flag or anthem. Or, why the league or its players are required to display how patriotic they are before they play a football game. Or, how wanting law enforcement to treat black people like the full-fledged American citizens there disqualifies one as patriotic. More, Colin Kaepernick timeline. The trial balloons floated in advance only served to stir the pot and distract the onlookers. They pushed a lot of buttons on a lot of people and ended up leading everyone back to the same place as before. The NFL did not like what the players were doing, and the league was not going to let them get away with it, no matter how long and what measures it took to stop them. It was all so unnecessary. The talk and counter-talk, moves and counter-moves, ploys and counter-ploys, have gone on in fits and starts but have never come to a stop. If the NFL really wanted, it could have stopped long ago. Instead, the league chose to flex its muscle against the players, to ensure its long-standing financial and emotional ties to the U.S. Department of Defense, to pander to a chosen segment of its fan base while willfully alienating many others. Along the way, it let the protest issue eclipse everything else about the sport, good and bad. It's going to swallow the season, too, starting this preseason, when the fans in stadiums and those watching on TV will not be respecting the capital A anthem, but doing a head count on the sidelines while it's playing. All of this 2 years after a single player sat because Alton Sterling and Philando Castile had been killed by police, and the player wanted to do something. Look at how the NFL took that silent, unobtrusive gesture and mangled its message, perpetuated a bald-faced lie about disrespect, and turned a deaf ear to every fan for whom the protests resonated. Watch, Goodell explains new policy. The league turned what Kaepernick did, and what fellow highly visible athletes copied, into a crime against the sport, an example of the players' ingratitude and a broken piece that had to be either fixed or thrown away. The NFL does a lot of things only because it can, even if it does not have to. It did not have to do this. Ever. From the very start. It never had to solve the anthem problem, because there never was one.